To another video. Today we are doing Chapter 8, Lesson 6 on the surface area of prisms. Our learning goal is that students will be able to find the surface area of prisms. And I will say that this is a tough lesson. Okay, it's not that tough. If you break it down, it's not that tough. But looking at it as a whole, it can get confusing at times. I will say that. So just be very careful. Take your notes for this lesson and do your best at this. Okay? We'll just get into it, okay? So make sure you write down absolutely everything for this video. Pause the video at any time that you need to. All right, so for a reminder, all right, here's our rectangle, and here is the area formula for this rectangle. Here's a triangle, and here's our triangle formula. Length times width divided by 2, or base times height divided by 2. We could also say this, okay? So let's jump into it. All right, find the surface area and round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Here's the thing about a box. Let's see if I can draw one. When you open a box and you lay all the flaps out, this is what it looks like. I'm not doing the best job at this, but okay. There are, these two sides are the same. Okay, that's not a good color. These two parts are the same. And these two parts are the same. So you've got a total of 6 rectangles. Now the area formula for a rectangle is area equals base times height. But the good thing is that you've got 1, 2 of the same kind. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you've got 6 rectangles, but 3 of them have another rectangle that looks exactly the same. So really, you just need 3 formulas for your rectangles, and then you would just multiply that by 2. Whatever you get for this one, multiply it by 2, because that's the area formula for this and this. Multiply this one by 2, because that would be the formula for this and this. Multiply this one by 2, because that would give you the formula for this and this. And then once you're done with all of those, you will add them together. So the many parts within this should be easy because you know how to do base times height. That's easy. But breaking down this figure to know which base goes with which height is challenging. Okay? So to save myself that frustration of having to find what base and height go with what, and then multiplying all of these by 2, I go with one formula for surface area of prisms. So the surface area equals 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the width times the height. And then I just label each of my numbers. Length, width, height. It does not matter which one you choose as your length, which one you choose as your height, and which one you choose as your width. Okay? Then I just follow my formula. 2 times the length times the width. So 2 times 3 times 6. Plus 2 times the length times the height. 2 times 3 times 2. Plus 2 times the width times the height. 2 times 6 times 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. 2 times 6 is 12, times 2 is 24. And then we just add those together. 36 plus 12 plus 24. That gives us 72. So the surface area for this rectangular prism is 72 feet squared. It is squared because we are still dealing with area. Okay? So, I know this is challenging. Just put forth some effort, challenge through. You guys can do this. I know you can. So, surface area is equal to 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the width times the height. L, W, H. So surface area is equal to 2 times LW. L is 2. W is 3. 2 times the length times the height. L is 2. The height is 4. Plus 2 times the width times the height. The width is 3. And the height is 4. So 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. Add those numbers together. 12 plus 16 plus 24 equals 52. So my surface area for this rectangular prism is 52 meters squared. Okay, so now surface area for triangular prisms. So for this problem, we have this triangle, and the area formula for a triangle is base times height divided by 2. But we also have this triangle down here. And when you put these two triangles together, they equal a rectangle. So the area formula for a rectangle is actually just area equals base times height. So if you find the base and the height for this triangle, which is 3 and 4, you can just multiply those together. Okay? Now, aside from the two ends being triangles, okay, you have 3 rectangles in a triangular prism. So, in a triangular prism, you've got 1 rectangle for 2 of the ends. That's 2 triangles equals 1 rectangle. So, I'm going to find the base times the height, and that's going to give me the area for both of these. So, the only thing that's left are the 3 rectangles around the sides. Okay, so I just have to figure out the height in between these 2 triangles. So we need to find out which number goes in between these 2 triangles. That number is this 8. It represents the distance between the triangles. So then go ahead and put that number on each of these formulas. Aside from that, now we've used up our 8, the other 3 numbers go on each of those. I know this is hard. Okay, so now we have got each one of our rectangles around the side. We've got the base and the height for this rectangle, the base and the height for this rectangle, and you can't even see it down here, but the base and the height for this rectangle. So 8 times 3 is 24, 8 times 5 is 40, and 8 times 4 is 32. Now all we need to do is add these numbers up. So we've got 12 plus 24 plus 40 plus 32. And our answer is 108. So the surface area for this triangular prism is 108 centimeters squared. Yes, this is hard, okay? And I do think practicing will make this a little easier, but I think each time you're still going to have to take the time and really think about your problem. You're going to have to really think about what your height is between the two triangles. You're going to really have to think, what is my base and my height for this triangle? Okay, we're going to try one more of these, okay, and we'll get some more practice in during class, but I want y'all to be able to come back to these videos to look at, because I know this is hard. Okay, so again, we've got area equals base times height. This represents the two triangles. Two triangles, base times height. So here's my triangle. The base of this triangle is 8, the height is 15. So area equals 15 times 8. Okay, so then I need to do my other 3 rectangles going around the side. Okay. The base for this, well, let's find the height, sorry, in between the two. The height in between this triangle down here and this triangle up here, the distance in between the two is 11. So we're going to put 11 on each of these. And now we need to find the other numbers. So now we've used the 11. We need our 8, 15, and 17. So now we multiply, and then we'll add. 15 times 8 gives me 120. 11 times 8 is 88. 11 times 15, 165. And 11 times 17, 187. Then we are going to add all of those numbers together. .560 yards squared. That is the surface area here. If you can simply break down the figure, this will be a lot easier for you. So just think, how many triangles do I have? Put the triangles together and make a rectangle. How many rectangles do I have? Okay, and then add all those together once you are done finding the area for each one of those individually. Okay, you guys did a fantastic job. Keep up the good work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.